Hey everyone, Eric Swithin here with Outdoor Adventures coming at you with our February update. Just a little story to start things off. So the other day, Mason was up on the top floor and he wanted to walk down the stairs and he grabbed a hold of the baby gate. So he was walking backwards down the stairs trying to close the baby gate. And he ended up realizing that this baby gate swings pretty fast. And so there he was swinging over the abyss of the stairwell, probably about 3-4 feet off the ground, and just hanging on for dear life with his hands. And I grabbed him, of course, trying not to laugh too hard, and tried to pull him off of the gate. And I had to pry his hands off because he was gripping it so tight. So he held himself up as he was swinging over the abyss. And I was like, that's a sermon right there. That is what I feel like right now. I feel like I am holding on to Jesus's ankles and I am just holding on for dear life. And that is my world right now. In fact, I'm trying not to wake the kids up, so I'm filming this downstairs in the basement in a hallway. So this last Thursday, just to update you, I flew in from our mission trip to Texas with the whole family, and we flew into Albuquerque. We drove from Albuquerque to Pagosa Springs and immediately went to the U-Haul place, picked up a U-Haul. I loaded the truck by myself through the night. Somehow, with God's grace, I was able to get the U-Haul out of our driveway in the morning with about 100 pounds of de-icer and about 5 college tries. And I hit the road headed to Florence, Alabama. It took me a couple days. I dropped the load off and just flew back. We are finishing packing our house. We close on our house tomorrow. It will no longer be ours. And then we make the trek, the whole family, across the U.S. back to Alabama to start putting some roots down out there and getting busy partnering with Woodmont Baptist Church and some of our other friends out there that we feel led to partner with and serve. And so we are extremely excited. We are very tired, but absolutely full. God has sustained us. I don't know how, but living on the road and sleeping in hotels and lifting a bunch of weight, and my back doesn't hurt. I haven't had migraines. My typical health stuff has actually been fine. I've been great. And as tired as I am, my heart is totally full. We know that we're doing what the Lord wants us to do. We feel your prayers. We can tell people are praying for us. And we're excited. We have a peace. We know that we're heading down a path that God has put us on. So there's a peace that comes with that it's profound. And so what an adventure. To update you on some of the things that's taken place, it would take me an hour to tell you all that has taken place. But I'll start with just a couple of highlights. We had a trip to Phoenix. I had an amazing meal with ministry leaders out there, essentially Highway Baptist Church and Ripped for Life, our friend Bob Hunter, and a buddy of mine who's a law enforcement officer, Joel. And we're essentially finding every way we can through the church and through guys like Joel to pour into Bob Hunter and Ripped for Life and supporting them. So they've got 3 events scheduled for the summer already. We're trying to get them out to Colorado. At the very least, we're going to infuse them with as many volunteers as we can and help them with resources if need be and just come alongside them. So if you could begin to pray for Bob Hunter, if you could pray for Ripped for Life and the amazing kids that he's going to be pouring into this summer, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. He's a stud. He's an amazing guy. He loves the Lord, and he's got a lot to offer. I also had the opportunity to attend a wedding of one of our head guides. He's sort of our programs guy. Jake Bicknell got married. It was a beautiful ceremony, so we enjoyed that while we were out there. and had a chance to catch up with some great friends. So that was a really cool trip. We just came back from a week in Houston and a couple of the surrounding areas. It was awesome. We did some filming for our documentary, and I just remember this one moment where I'm watching people get interviewed. I'm asking them questions. I could see that they're filled with God's Spirit, and what was coming out of their mouth was so beautiful. There was so many times I was brought to tears, just being able to see what God is doing through this documentary. It feels so much bigger than almost anything I've done before. It seems overwhelmingly huge, and I could just see it's becoming something even more beautiful than I ever expected. So that was amazing. We had a couple of events that we got to attend and help out with. Probably one of my, probably two of my favorite highlights from the whole week was getting to celebrate my father-in-law's 78th birthday. That was unbelievable. He's doing really, really well. And then my other favorite moment was getting to take Logan Burrell. He turned 18. He's one of my spiritual sons, one of my favorite people on this planet, and Cameron and I got to treat him to a nice meal and just love on him and celebrate his birthday. So that was really, really cool. And that's what we got for the month of February. We've been moving real fast and doing lots of big things, and I'm excited to see what God has coming for us. One last update for you, and this is huge. I don't even know how to announce it the right way. I talked to this gentleman tonight, or left him a voicemail rather, like, hey, I'm not sure how to do this. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. We have hired an amazing man of God to help us build this organization. He is coming out of retirement. He retired pretty early. He's been very successful in his life. His name is Steve Reed. He attends Centerpoint Church oftentimes in the summertime, and then he lives out in Texas for a good part of the year. And just an incredible man. The most important thing you need to know about Steve is that he has a heart and a passion for the fatherless, for the orphan and the widow. He loves the Lord, and we trust him. He's a great guy, and it's a partner deal. Him and his wife are coming into this venture together. Jan is such a sweetheart, and we adore her and have become very close to both of them just in the last few months, really. And he's accepted a position coming out of retirement to help us grow this thing, to help us develop the business side, to help us fundraise so that we can support missionaries on the ground all over the country, and for us to be able to host the events that we host in our efforts to spread the gospel and to make disciples. So I'm excited beyond words. If I could tell you the whole story, just know that the timing was crazy. The timing was literally miraculous. The Lord put him on my heart, and then the Lord was working in his heart with some things. And I remember our FaceTime conversation when I invited him onto the team. It was a left field conversation. I'd never even hinted at it before. And you could see tears welling up in his eyes. You could just see that God had stirred his soul. And I hope he gets to share the specifics of the story. They're somewhat private, and so I want to honor him. But just know that the timing was unreal. And it's one of those situations you just can't deny that God's hand is in it. So you guys, thank you for coming along this journey with us. Please continue to pray for God to sustain us and give us energy. We aren't sleeping a lot right now, and that's okay. We are going to be homeless for the next few days before we get out to Alabama and sign on a new house out there. We'll only be there for 6 or 7 weeks, and then we turn back around and start our programming out here in Pagosa and leading trips. From May all the way till the end of September, we'll be doing stuff. And so we're going all out. We're laying it all on the line for the Lord. It's awesome. We're not leaving anything on the field. We are putting it all out there. And I wouldn't want it any other way. This has been an unbelievable adventure so far, and I feel like we're just scratching the surface. But what the Lord keeps impressing upon my heart is this. We are entering into dark times. Dark times. The beauty in that is that in darkness, light stands out even more. And that's what the Lord is asking us to do, is to shine and to be beautiful. We don't put a light underneath the bed. We put it up on a lampstand to light the room. And so that's what God's calling us to do in this time, is to look out, to be attentive to His Spirit, to love on each person that we encounter in the day, whether it's in line at the bank, or whether it's at church, or whether it's in traffic. Whatever opportunities are presented to us, God is asking us to let His Spirit, let His love, let His compassion permeate everything that we do. You guys, it's us. We're the hands and feet. We're the ones He's chosen to partner with, and He has a mission for us. It's not the time to sleep. As things get darker, it's not the time to complain. It's the time to shine. It's the time to exhibit joy like nobody else, and to serve more so with our actions than our words. And it's also our time to stand on God's word unapologetically, even when it means that we're going to be the really unpopular ones in the group. We'll be loving the biggest, but we'll also be standing out by how different we think, how different our attitudes are, and how different the things are that we believe from what the rest of the world is telling us we should believe. That's all I got for you. I love you so much, and I can't wait to update you again here in another month and tell you all the amazing things that God's going to do out there in the South. Also pray that I can say no to fried food often. I'm going to need all the help I can with that. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.